you rushing your manifestations? Are you getting frustrated that your manifestations are like not coming out the way you want them to, not coming fast enough? Are you getting aggravated with all of these blocks and things that are coming up in the road to your ultimate desire? If so, this video is for you. Keep watching and stay tuned until the very end, because I'm going to be sharing why you're basically messing up your manifestations and how you can get back onto the fast track of being in the creative mode and bringing into your life the things that you're actually wanting to experience. Peace, what's up you guys? My name is Esaia Mystic and I am a spiritual life coach and feminine energy expert. I am so happy to be talking about this with you guys today because let me tell you, I used to get so frustrated. I would get really frustrated because I wanted what I wanted and I wanted it now. And the intense impatience I had around my manifestations was causing me to burn out, causing me to overdo things, overthink things, consistently go back to my manifestation journal, putting this, putting that, scripting this, scripting that. And I realized that I am not enjoying this. Like, I feel like I'm going crazy almost trying to be in this mode of manifesting. This is something that I realized that I was doing wrong in my creative process. And I'm so thankful that I learned how to do this, because when I understood this, I literally started to see the things that I was intending to bring into my life show up, and life just started to become magical again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'm getting used to like actually looking at the camera, you guys. I've been so used to like looking at myself. So the first thing that you need to understand, okay, that is probably the big reason why you feel like you need to rush your manifestations, is that you need to do shadow work first, okay? You need to do your shadow work first. You need to understand how to do shadow work. I just did a video on shadow work recently, so make sure you check out that video, because it is a very big part of creating, okay? If you don't do your shadow work, you're in for a whirlwind mess. And let me tell you why. There is an order to life. Astrology teaches us this. Just as there is a mystery and a divine disorder, there is also a divine order. Astrology teaches us this through the beautiful sequence of the zodiac. And the reason that shadow work must come first is because when it comes to bringing the etheric, the dream time into our physical reality, we're energetically working with the signs of Virgo and Pisces. Pisces, Virgo, Virgo, Pisces. Why? Okay? Virgo and Pisces are opposites on the zodiac wheel, meaning they reflect each other and they're each other's mirror. So what does this tell us by them being opposites? Well, it tells us that when Virgo's energy is out of balance, this also signals that Pisces' energy is out of balance. So if you like know a Virgo or Pisces, these sun signs are normally in balance when they are also in balance with their opposite sign, which would be their earth sign. Whole nother video. Just in life, when we understand the energy that Virgo rules and Pisces rules, we can understand that in our own life, if Virgo is out of balance, Pisces is probably out of balance. And if Pisces is out of balance, then Virgo is probably out of balance. So how does this make sense? Pisces is esoterically ruled by Pluto. What this means is that the dark sides of society is usually what causes the healing nature of Virgo. And Virgo also symbolically represents the cleansing and purification of the womb of creation, right? So Pisces represents this etheric dream time, great oneness of creation. Virgo represents that being honed down into a speck, right? So this grandiose big picture of Pisces, and then Virgo is a speck. It's basically small enough for you to be able to analyze, for you to be able to pick apart, see the details, understand on a level that is comprehensible, because Pisces is incomprehensible. There is absolutely no way you can understand Pisces energy. It's not meant ever. However, Virgo can, and so that's reflected in the womb, right? So the womb is also a kind of universe, a great vast ocean capable of creating. So Pisces is like the great spirit, God, right? This oneness, this being, right? And because of this, they're also able to see the dark sides of people, of just creation. They can see the darkness of what people create in life. And whereas Pisces is this great spirit God force energy, Virgo is like the angel or the disciple of God. So understanding this energy, when we're doing our shadow work, our individual shadow work, and healing through the energy of Virgo, while also learning the spiritual lessons that come from this healing through Pisces, like whatever grander reason or the bigger purpose behind why we're actually going through what we're going through, why we're actually needing to transform and overcome through this experience. That's Pisces, the grander, the bigger picture, the reason behind it all. Basically understanding the reason and purpose behind the dark experience, and how it in a way was absolutely necessary for you to experience in order for you to create what you are creating. This is the way this energy works, and Pisces and Virgo needs each other. The creative space of the imagination needs the detail-oriented, practical energy to ultimately give it form, give it a ground, right? Because we are dealing with the waters of Pisces and the earth of Virgo, and these two energies combined are very creative. What this is telling us is that there's certain things that we have to experience so that we can create what it is that we're intending to create. Most people, when they want to rush into manifestation, the rushing is them running from these lessons that they need to learn about themselves. When you hurry up and try to create from a space that is diseased, you have a womb full of cobwebs, a universe that's just like chaotic, cobwebs everywhere, parasites, all of these different things that like come up from us not really wanting to deal with things, you know. Pisces and Virgo both have this tendency to not want to deal with a real issue. Pisces has this tendency towards escapism, and Virgo can also be an escape artist too, okay? And it manifests differently for Virgo. For Pisces, it's like escapism through drugs, you know, like in music, being in this like, you know, being in la la land basically. And Virgo also has a tendency to escape, but they do this in a way to where they don't ever want to address what is really like the heart of a situation, like what's really the problem. They'll get really nitpicky. They'll get really like, oh, you know, this is the problem, that's the problem, this is the problem, when really it's like all of these physical external things that you think is the problem, when really the problem is like your soul, like your inner being is the thing that is problematic. It has nothing to do physically. When you kind of like want to run away and avoid things, it just adds more stress and tension into your life. Why? Because this stress and tension is representing the ripple effect into the next sign that comes after Virgo, which is Libra, right? Which is representing balance, harmony, alignment with all things. So when we've healed up through the energy of Virgo, we can be in alignment with all things. We can be in balance and in harmony with life. If we're avoiding, you know, healing and keeping gunk, you know, just stored away in our energy, in our emotional body, in our soul, in our spirit, we're not gonna feel in balance, right? Because Libra teaches us that. And then we're also not gonna know what it is that we really are wanting for ourselves. Like what it is that we're really, you know, setting intentions for. And this is what Aries teaches us. Like we won't really have a clear understanding of what we're doing and why. We won't be in balance. So we'll be stressed out, we'll be frustrated, and you know, we won't really know what we're doing and why we're doing it. So when we're unhealthy and we're going through something in life, of course, it's gonna be a little bit unbalanced. We're gonna feel the imbalance just a little bit. However, when we make the decision to do the shadow work, do the healing, then we can ultimately be in alignment with who we are, be in alignment with the universe, in balance and harmony. And this is ultimately what's going to push us into being prepared for creation. And this is where Scorpio comes in, which is after Libra, right? This is the energy that people are wanting to get to in doing all of these manifestation hacks and manifestation techniques. They want to get to the energy of Scorpio and Taurus, right? So I had to mention Aries because I mentioned Libra in knowing who we are and what we want, why we're doing it, why we're doing what we're doing, right? And then we move after that because Libra and Aries, being in this balance, knowing what we want, who we are, and why we're doing it, brings us in balance with the harmony of Libra and being in balance with the universe. And so now we can be prepared, really prepared and clear in our womb space, in our energy, to actually create from a pure space, to actually bring physical manifestations into our reality from a pure space. Because this is what Scorpio and Taurus teaches us. Scorpio teaches us the psychological energy and the creative dark and light energies of creation. And Taurus is the physical embodiment of all of those things. It's the actual possessions that come from that creative space. So what people ultimately want from their manifestations, and the reason why a lot of people tend to rush into them and rush the process or rush a manifestation, is because they want to feel powerful and they feel powerless. So a lot of people might think like, oh, if you are doing things like, you know, in a way that is out of alignment, you're looking for power, like you're not looking for power, but you're abusing your power. And in a way that's true, but that abuse of power is coming from feeling powerless, feeling like you haven't gotten to a place of power. For you to be in a place of power, you need to understand this process of going from Virgo through Libra through Scorpio, of going from Pisces through Aries to Taurus. This is an important process, and shadow work and being in this balance is a prerequisite to that. It's a prerequisite. You cannot create anything and be out of balance, because what you will end up creating is things in your experiences that will keep reflecting that same lesson that Pisces through Virgo is trying to teach you, and vice versa. Once you have the shadow work down, once you have that complete, then that is when you can move into your pure space of sexuality, of sacral energy, of creating from this sacred sexual place. Because if not, it's going to be perverted. You're going to be creating things that you feel like you have no control over. You're going to be doing all kind of things, trying to maintain power, and it's really just an illusion of power, because the real power comes from this process. A lot of people who are also rushing manifestations also don't understand this sacred dynamic imbalance between masculine and feminine energy. Because when we get to Scorpio is the merging of worlds, the merging of the other realms, right, with this realm. And masculine energy represents the electric charge. Feminine energy represents the magnetic charge, and it coming together is the it's the creativity, it's the life, it's the passion, right? And so Libra represents the relationships. It doesn't have to be man and woman. It can be any relationship ever, like any relationship. And Scorpio is really the relationship between man and woman, yin and yang. It's life. It's life in the etheric sense. And this is why after Aries is Taurus, this is where the physical things come. This is where these manifestations come. The house, the car, the babies. So once you have all healed up, you can create, you can be at peace in your mind. You can be at peace in your soul. You can feel good psychologically. You don't feel all crazy and manipulate, like trying to get things to happen. You can be at peace. You will no longer be creating situations on repeat, reliving the same person, relationship dynamic, whatever, over and over and over again in your creation process. Your creations will just flow, and it's because you didn't skip this crucial step. So I'm really, really glad that I got this off my chest and shared this with you all, because it is so powerful and so potent on your creation journey and being here as a creatress. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I release a new video. Also, make sure you go purchase my book, The Great Woman Resurrected, on Amazon, available now. And if you're interested in my free guide, How to Cultivate Boundaries and Discernment so you can start living in feminine ease and flow today, go to the links down below in the description. Click the link. It'll be delivered straight to your inbox. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you do your shadow work.